Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us this evening on the NWP call. My name is Rich Simmonds, one of the founder partners with NWP, and also on the call this evening is Engelbert, who's also one of the founder partners. So welcome to Engelbert and welcome to everyone else. Before I go any further, I just want to let you know that NWP doesn't offer any financial advice. This is all based on my personal experience. It is important that everyone understands how their funds are being used. And please remember that past performance does not guarantee future results. My goal is simple. I'm here to help you achieve a consistent weekly income. The NWP company, they provide us with a sustainable ecosystem, and that's my main objective, is to allow you to understand NWP and how sustainable the system is. And this provides a future for you and your future generations. With NWP, you're not a member, you're a partner. And there's two ways of being a partner. The first way is to be a partner with a portfolio. That's very similar to a person who has a savings account. And in many aspects, the NWP partnership is very much like having savings in a bank. And then the other side of it is being a partner, and that means that you're an affiliate and you can participate in the affiliate plan offered by NWP. The company itself and their objective is really, amongst other things, to provide you with weekly profits so that you can budget and that everything becomes easier when you receive your profit on a weekly basis. And that's what NWP does. They're registered offices in the Trump Towers in Istanbul in Turkey. So it's a very prominent position, not some little backyard office somewhere. So how are these profits generated? Well, it's from trading. The expert traders do it on your behalf. They'll be trading on the Forex markets as well as commodities being oil, gold, silver. Typically, they're going to use about 20%, sometimes up to 30% of your capital. And the reason why they do that is to keep everything very secure for you. So what makes NWP different? As I mentioned, you've heard the word trading, and that might bring up some sort of uncertainty in your mind. So let me put your mind at ease and tell you exactly how the NWP system works and what makes this so different from other things that you've experienced in the past. Firstly, in a typical investment company, your capital is normally locked away for anything between 1 to 5 years, and sometimes your profit is also locked away. With NWP, this is a weekly cycle, meaning that your deposit is only locked for a week, and you can withdraw that deposit whenever you need it. This weekly cycle also gives you profits. And these profits, although you get the profits on a weekly basis, and that might sound like the same with many other things, the difference between the NWP system and other people is that these profits are always separated from the capital on a weekly basis. They're removed from the capital, they're sent to a third-party payment gateway, and they remain there until you choose what to do with those profits. So they're never kept with a capital. So there's never this gray area of capital and growth. It's always very clear where your capital is, that's with the brokers, and your profits are always separated and sent to a third-party payment gateway. Because of this system, now that's the first part of the system, is where your capital is only used on a weekly basis, and you have access to it at the end of the week. You decide what you want to do. It's never locked away. The traders have to make sure that that money is available for you, and also that your profits are separated and they're sent to the third-party payment gateway. This, although it sounds very simple, is actually a high level of accountability, because the traders need to manage themselves very effectively to be able to do this on a weekly basis, which keeps everything secure. It's also a way of you and everyone else in the NWP system auditing the system, because everyone is doing exactly the same on a weekly basis. Everyone has access to their capital. Everyone has their profits separated, and they have to then decide what they want to do with those profits. So it's not just a few, it's everybody in the system. And that's effectively, if we look at, there's probably 10,000 plus active members in NWP, or partners, should I say. Every week, those partners are auditing the system by withdrawing their profits and deciding whether they want to keep their deposit in the system. So that's what makes NWP so different. Well, this is the results of the last week. Now, what I'm showing you here is the 50-50 profit split. What you see in your back office is the actual gross profits for the week. Now, I've also added the booster portfolio here. What you see in your back office is the foundation, the growth, and the elite portfolios. And there you'll see the partner profit. So the partner profit is the actual profit made by the person who has a deposit, and the other 50% goes to the business volume. The business volume is there to sustain the affiliate plan and the company. So these, as I mentioned, this is a profit split, and you can always know it's transparent and where the money is and where it's gone. And it's a weekly cycle. There's never upfront things paid out of money that's not there. So the company's never in debt. So the different portfolio tiers where you can start with your deposits are as follows with NWP. The starting point is the foundation portfolios. That's where you start with $10 or more. And what happens here is the traders work to a monthly target. These profits are not paid to you monthly, they're paid to you weekly. So that the 5% would be the accumulation of your week's profits. Now, it does vary. It's not a guaranteed 5%. So it could be slightly more than 5%, it could be slightly less than 5%, but it is a monthly target. Incidentally, if I look at the consistency of the foundation portfolios, it's running on about 5.68% at the moment. So that just gives you an idea of the consistency and the trader's ability to work to those targets. Then we move up to the growth portfolios. That's $10,000 or more deposited. The monthly target there is 8%. Then go into the elite portfolios. That's 50,000 or more deposited, and 10% is the monthly target there. Both of those growth and elite portfolios have also consistently achieved their targets over the last 66 weeks. Now, when you're ready to start, you can use the following cryptocurrencies. That's USDT, BNB, or USDC on the various networks listed there. Just as a matter of interest, any money that's deposited before midnight UK time on a Monday will still get profits the coming Saturday. If you had to deposit today, for instance, you won't get profits this coming Saturday. You will start your profit cycle as from next Saturday. Withdrawing, and this is the only time that fees are charged by the NWP system. It's paid out currently in Polygon USDT. When you make a withdrawal, there's a 5% fee on your withdrawal. That means that if you were making a $10 withdrawal, 5% of that is 50 cents, and therefore you'd receive $9.50 in your wallet. When you make your capital withdrawal, taking out your deposit, the first time you do that, it's free, and after that, there will be 2% fee charged on all subsequent withdrawals of capital. Now, just to go over the weekly cycle for you, you start, you open yourself a portfolio. Trading then takes place. This is the profit generation from a Monday till Friday. Once those profits are made at the end of Friday, they're separated, they're sent to a third-party payment gateway, and those profits will remain there until you decide what to do with them. You can do an instant withdrawal as long as you've got $5 or more. It's instant withdrawal, so no problem there. If you haven't got $5 yet, it's still at the payment gateway. It's waiting for you. And that'll then be sent to your private crypto wallet. What we also call this is a transfer wallet. And it's interesting or important to note that the transfer wallet is there so your money, because it's at the third-party payment gateway, it needs to come into your hands so you can decide what to do with it. You might decide to send it to your crypto credit card. You might decide to put it back into the NWP system, or you might decide even just to spend it. Then you'd probably have to send it to your exchange to put it back into your local currency. So the choice is always yours. You decide what you want to do with your profits on a weekly basis, and you go and enjoy them. You're always in control. There's no internal system that will take your profits and put them back into your portfolio automatically for you. This is a manual process. This is to ensure that there's 100% security and there's no funny business in the system. So you always withdraw your profits. They come to you. You can actually physically see and touch the money. And you then decide whether you would like to put it back into the system. If you wanted to further grow your profits, you would then deposit. This is a manual process. It goes back into a portfolio, and it will continuously trade then until you get profits. NWP has got support available through the WhatsApp chat support. That number that you see there, the girls are available in Canada. Time-wise, it's very well suited to our time zone here, Africa, Europe. So they when you sleeping, they're still awake, and they'll be able to help you. They're very fast and efficient, especially the WhatsApp chat support. You can email them as well, but that'll be a little bit slower. So do use the WhatsApp chat support. That's what my recommendation is there. The website is NW Profits. NW stands for Network Profits. And then, as I mentioned, the offices are in the Trump Towers in Istanbul in Turkey. Our team has put together these link trees for you. They're available in English and in German currently. So whichever one is more suited to you, please just ask your person who brought you into the business to send you the link tree so that you have all the information. On here, you'll find some videos explaining the business, explaining the affiliate plan. There's a getting started booklet. There's a guide to crypto, and many other things are available on the link tree. And we're constantly adding to this. So please make sure you get it so that you can get all the information at your fingertips. Just looking at the structured income program, you might have seen a little button in your back office saying SRP, which stands for Structured Income Program. What this is in the back office is what we call a rewards system. But just to give you an idea of how the Structured Income Program works, if you put the same amount into a portfolio each month for 22 months, your capital in that portfolio will sufficiently generate the 23rd month for you, so you wouldn't have to do your normal monthly contribution. The 22 months is based on you withdrawing your weekly profits and using them how you would like. You could even use them towards your monthly contribution. However, if you would like to fast track that 22 months, simply take your profits, put them back on a weekly basis into your back office, open additional portfolios, and if you do this for 15 months, you will effectively in the 16 months have enough capital to generate your monthly contribution. You must never underestimate the power of starting small and staying consistent. So those travel rewards that I mentioned, this is the ones that are available in the back office. If you put $251 away for 12 months, different. It's just the reward that the company gives you. So you still carry on your 22-month journey so that you can have that structured program. But after 12 months of putting $251 away, you will receive a trip to Istanbul in Turkey. If you are looking at it from the African perspective, you can still partake in this as long as you realize that the flight starts from a European airport. So if you were in Africa, you would need to get yourself to the European airport, and you can then fly and use the travel reward from. Then if you do $510 for 12 months, then you get a trip to Dubai. That's 4 nights, 4 days and 3 nights. Hotels included, flights included, your lounge is included, and your food's included. So that's a 12-month program that is available in the back office. Talking about starting small and doing things, the crocodile promotion is about to launch soon. That is the power of $10. So if you never thought that $10 could make a difference, the crocodile will give you a start so that you can experience the system. Look out for that. Speak to the person who has told you about this business, and they'll give you more information about the crocodile. It really enables people to experience NWP from the inside. So often you get questions about, oh, what is your experience? Have you done this? Have you done that? Well, the crocodile effectively helps people get started with a very small amount so that they can experience NWP for themselves. That is in my part of the presentation in terms of being a member with a portfolio. Let's have a look at the affiliate plan. The affiliate plan is there to help you build a weekly income. Remember, my goal at the start was to help you build a consistent weekly income. You can do that in two ways. I've shown you putting in a deposit that'll give you a consistent weekly profit. And then if you would like to earn some more, or perhaps you even haven't got money to put into a portfolio, the affiliate plan doesn't exclude you because you don't need a personal portfolio to participate in the affiliate plan. Simply by building a community, you will start earning yourself a consistent weekly income. Let's look at that. Remember, this is all earned from that weekly profit split, so you're not earning on someone else's deposit. It's 100% sustainable. You're only earning from the profits made on a weekly basis. And this is how all affiliate bonuses are paid. There are three parts to the affiliate plan. That's the direct bonus, the binary income, and the matching bonus. All of these are bonuses that you will receive on a weekly basis. Let's have a look at the first one, being the direct bonus. When you introduce someone to NWP and they start earning a profit, you will earn 15% of whatever profit they make. This is not paid out of their pocket. This is coming out of that business volume side. You'll also see that there's a left and right link in your back office. This is because NWP has a binary system. You can put people either on the left side of your business or on the right-hand side of your business. Just to look at how those profits are made again, just to make you 100% sure that this is real. The person puts his money into a portfolio. It goes into those various different portfolios according to the amount he deposited. Profits are then generated on a weekly basis. The 50% goes to the person with the deposit. The other 50% of the profits on a weekly basis goes to the business volume. And this is where your direct bonus is paid from. If your referral was, let's say he was earning $100 profit for the week, your 15% would be $15. And you would earn this every single week that that person has a deposit in the system. Then there's the binary income. A binary income means left and right, and you are paid 15% on the lesser volume in the two teams. There's in your back office, you'll see there's a volume on the left and a volume on the right. Spillover also counts. And as soon as you've got volume on your left and your right, you will earn 15% of whatever the lesser volume is for the week. As an example, Max here referred Joe, but he didn't refer Erica. Erica is what's considered spillover. So that amount that you see under Erica there could be Erica's personal deposit, or it could be her and her team that's accumulated that sort of volume. On the left, there's Joe. And because Joe is the smaller business side by volume, that is the left leg, and Max will earn his binary on the volume created from that 1,186. It's not the 15% of the deposit, it's 15% of the profit made on a weekly basis in that side of your business. That's how the binary works. To be binary qualified, as I mentioned, Erica was spillover, so just looking at this as a left to right, the spillover is on the right. In your business, it could be that the spillover is on the left. Just check and ask if you're unsure. In this case, spillover came in on the right. There's volume on the right from the spillover. On the left, to start getting volumes in on the left, you would need to refer someone. So in this case, because of the spillover on the right, you would only need to refer someone into your left side of the business, and that start growing so that there is volume, and you can then get your binary. So that's how you become binary qualified in the system. Remember that you don't have to have a personal deposit yourself to earn the binary or any of the other bonuses. Now, with the crocodile coming, you might see yourself in a system already, and you look at it and you go, oh, I've got nothing on my one side of my business. There's volume on my right. Probably because you joined, you put in a deposit for yourself, and you very happy as a partner with the portfolio. Should you want to then take part in the binary, all you would need to do is introduce someone into the left-hand side of your business or the right-hand side of your business, whichever is applicable, so that you can start earning the binary benefit. The last of the weekly bonuses is the matching bonus. When you've referred someone and they start earning the binary, you will then earn 5% of whatever they earn on the binary on a weekly basis. And then the next level down is also 5% on the referral, and then there's the referral of the referral. You paid 3 levels deep, and it's 5% per level. Whatever that person earns, 5% of what they're earning. Next comes the career awards with NWP. And what happens here, there's no time limit on career awards. So this could happen within 2 weeks, it could happen in 2 months, 2 years, 20 years. It doesn't matter. What happens here is your binary income is calculated from the time you start earning the binary until such time as you reach these milestones. When you reach these milestones, you'll then start qualifying for these rewards up to the top reward in the career awards, which is the Rolex watch once you've earned 25,000 from the binary. Then moving on, the next is the Ambassador Awards. This is more of the leadership side of the business, where you've helped to introduce 2 people with a Rolex watch on your left, 2 people with a Rolex watch on your right. You then will then qualify for a 10,000 down payment on a car. And the rewards just get bigger and better, moving up to some jewelry, a Mercedes-Benz, and also a luxury villa as the top Ambassador Award. So those are the NWP system, the rewards that are available for you on a weekly basis, as well as the long-term ambassador and career awards. And that is my presentation for this evening. I'm here to help you. Let me know what you need, and I can answer your question. As I mentioned earlier, Engelbert is also available. He's on the call with us. So please ask us questions so that we can help you. Should you need to say something, please just put up your hand and we'll ask you to unmute yourself and you can ask your question. Or if you're a bit more shy than that, please put your message in the chat. Thank you. Evangelist, let's you to unmute your microphone. There we go. And please ask your question.
Okay. Good evening, sir. I'm Evangelist Vera from Nigeria.
Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. I'm happy to be here. I just have a question that is bothering me.
Yes.
Okay. So how safe is NWP? Is it licensed?
The company is registered in Turkey, so they fall under all the rules of the Turkish regulator, and they are also obliged to send their reports into the Turkish authorities every 3 months. So that is the jurisdiction that they fall under in Turkey.
So we don't have anything to be afraid of, right?
You've got nothing to be afraid of, and as I mentioned in my presentation, remember that no money is ever paid up front. So the company is never at risk. Like if you've probably been exposed maybe to other companies where they'll give you an upfront bonus, for instance. Say, for instance, if you bring Mr. Engelbert in and he puts $1,000 in, they'll give you 10% or $100. Are you familiar with something like that?
Yeah.
You see, and then you've got to ask yourself, so when you got $100 of Mr. Engelbert's money, for instance, how much money was left for Mr. Engelbert? If he wanted to withdraw that money, well, there'd only be $900 because the company's given $100 to you already. So in NWP, it doesn't work like that. You will only make profits on what your bonuses on the profits that are actually made on a weekly basis. So the person who puts his money in, that money is always available for that person to withdraw whenever he wants it, because it's always intact. It's always there. It's never been used for something else. And that's the difference between the NWP system and many other systems out there.
Okay. So with our hope in God, and the NWP will not shut down soon.
No. This is a long-term business, and it's designed to be a long-term business. Because if you think that, let's say there's no profits for the week, well, then no one gets any bonuses. Okay, and so no one's getting paid money that isn't there. And that's often what happens with businesses. They run into what's called a cash flow problem. There can't be a cash flow problem with NWP because everything works on a week-to-week basis. And that's what makes it so different and so sustainable, that it can be a business that will go on forever, because you're never running the company into a deficit.
It's all right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your question. Okay, well, I won't keep you any longer. I see we've just over the half an hour, so it's short and sweet. I trust that you've got all the information that you need and that you can go along and make an informed decision now. If there's anything, please do send us a message. You will find, if you're on the WhatsApp groups, you will find our numbers on there. Otherwise, if you're not on a WhatsApp group, please ask to be added to one of the WhatsApp groups or the Telegram group, whichever suits you better, and we can help you and get you comfortable and started.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy your evening.
Thanks, Blanche. Thanks for your help.
Always a pleasure.
Good night, everyone.